Sometimes my hands are by my side, then behind my back they hide. Sometimes I wiggle my fingers so, shake them fast, shake them slow. Sometimes my hands go clap, 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 then I rest them in my lap. Now they're as quiet as can be because it's story time. You see?
Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Page Ahead Storytime with Friends. My name is Rizzs, and I'm the announcer for the Seattle Mariners. Here's today's book we're going to read together. It's called The William Hoy Story. What do you think this is about? It's about one of the great players in the game of baseball in the early days of the game. William Hoy couldn't hear. He was deaf, but it didn't stop him from playing in the major leagues. All right. Well, if you knew that, congratulations. But we're going to find out more about this great person and this great ball player. Today, we're going to be reading The William Hoy Story by Nancy Chernin, illustrated by Jez Tuya. This looks like a great book, doesn't it? It's going to be a lot of fun finding about one of the great players in the game who overcame an obstacle of not being able to hear, but it didn't stop him to play Major League Baseball. Let's dive in and find out about William Hoy. Here we go. You ready? The William Hoy Story. William scooped dust to try to dry the sweat off his slick rubber ball. He stared at the small X he chalked on the barn wall. He closed his eyes. He opened them and threw. Bam! He hit the mark. He stepped back so he could try again. There he is right there. His mother waved her arms. She was applauding him. She touched her fingers to her mouth to signal eating. He read her lips as she said, dinner. William pulled out his pad and pencil. He scribbled, just a few more. I want to be perfect for tryouts. His mother nodded. There's his mom right there, getting William ready for dinner. His family was passing the mashed potatoes around the table when William pushed open the door. He read his father's lips telling him to wash up for dinner. He also read with his father's lips mouthed to his mother. Baseball, his father said, shaking his head. It will never last. Still, William couldn't wait to try out at his school, the Ohio State for the Deaf. At tryouts, he threw the ball, he caught it, he batted, he waited. Too small, the team captain said about William. William never got much taller than 5'5". He couldn't do anything about that. But maybe they'd give him another chance if he aimed better and ran faster. So every day after homework and chores, William practiced, and he practiced, and he practiced. There he is right there. At dinner time, getting ready, have dinner with his mom and dad, and then getting ready for the tryouts in high school. One day, William was standing outside the cobbler shop where he fixed shoes, wistfully watching men play baseball in a far-off field. A foul ball crashed by his feet. With his strong, sure arm, he threw the ball straight into the amazed player's waiting hand. Hey, kid, the player called. Want to join us? But William couldn't read the player's lips from where he was, so he turned back to work. There he is. William gets the ball and he throws it back. The man ran to William and tapped his back to get his attention. William wheeled around, and this time when the man repeated the question, he understood. He scrambled happily to the outfield. William threw the ball smack into his teammate's hands. When he was up at bat, he sent it soaring where no one could catch it. He hit it so far, it went way, way out there. Look at him hit that ball. He's starting to open up some eyes. What's your name? Asked one of the players. William Hoy. William wrote. He had his pad. The man looked at the piece of paper a long time. He seemed to be thinking, do you want to try out for our team? He asked William at last. William grinned. He sure did. There's William right there. He gets asked to join the team because he's got a lot of talent. Now, William soon learned life in the hearing world wasn't easy. Unlike his parents, few people used sign language in the 1880s, and certainly not in baseball. He won a spot on the first team he tried out for. He was so good, but the manager smirked when he offered William less money than he paid the others. "I quit," William told him with his notebook. He quickly found another team. But even on his new team, some players talked behind his back so he wouldn't know what they were saying. Others hid their mouths so he couldn't read their lips. There's the other players right there. At first, they weren't really nice to him, were they? And you gotta be nice. He jammed his hands in his pockets. Paper crunched against his fist. He pulled out a letter from his mother. He read again how much she missed him. William missed his family too. He remembered how his mom would raise her arms to applaud him. There's William right there, reading a letter from his mom. He missed his mom. I miss my mom. That's it. William pulled out his pad and drew pictures. He scribbled words next to the pictures. He wrote. He wrote. He wrote. He ran to find the umpire. The umpire read William's notes. Yes, that could work. There's William right there. He wrote a lot of notes on a piece of paper so people could understand him. There's William talking with the umpire. This is a good book. The next time William was at bat, the umpire raised his right hand for a strike and his left for a ball. He used American Sign Language signals for safe and out. This time William got on base. He stole bases. He scored. In his first year in the majors, he led the National League in stolen bases. With his strong, sure arm, he became the first player to throw 3 base runners out at the plate in one game from the outfield. And there's the umpire there, letting him know if it's a strike or a ball. And William Hoy became a great player and knew what was going on with the umpire and knew what was going on in the field. William taught his teammates signs so they could discuss plays without the other team hearing, and they loved it. The fans enjoyed learning signs too. In those days, before speakers and giant screens, hearing the umpire's calls from the back of the bleachers was hard to do. Now even the farthest member of the crowd could see the signals. You're out. You're safe. That was because of William Hoy. And there's a look at his teammates, learning signs so they could talk about the game during the course of the game, and the fans of the bleachers can see what was going on. Teams begged for William. He played for several before signing with the Cincinnati Reds near his family's farm. William was proud to show his parents that the boy who didn't make the school team was one of the most popular players in the game of baseball. When William stepped up to the plate, shaking his bat over his shoulder, fans knew he'd hit or walk his way to first, then swiftly steal his way around the bases. Carefully watching the signals, he led the American League in walks in 1901. He was called the King of Center Field because for 10 years he was ranked among the top 5 outfielders to get hitters out by catching hard-to-reach fly balls. There's a look at William Hoy stealing bases, hitting the ball, catching the ball out there in center field. Now, after William became a star, he thought nothing could surprise him. Then one day, he ran onto the field. Fans waved their arms from the stands just as his mother did when he was a little boy. They waved hats too. William said he'd never cry about baseball, but he did cry at the sight of deaf applause. William couldn't hear. All he'd wanted to do since he was a boy was to find a way to play his favorite game, baseball. He never dreamed he'd change how the game was played, but he did, and we still cheer him today. William Hoy. And a great story about a great man who overcame his inability to hear, but it didn't stop him, and he went on to play Major League Baseball, was one of the great players in the early days of the game. What a book. What a man, what a ball player. You can do it too.
Now it's time to say goodbye, say goodbye, say goodbye. Now it's time to say goodbye. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Hey kids, wasn't that a fun book? The William Hoy story. I sure loved it. Talking about a man who overcame his deafness to play in the major leagues and was one of the great players in the early days of the game of baseball. What a story. What a great man. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the story theme as much as I did. So until next time, take care and happy reading. I'm Rick Rizzs for the Seattle Mariners.